Disclosure coming right up.
Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
Good evening, folks, and welcome to Alien Addict. Now, what are we going to disclose this evening? I'll tell you what we are going to disclose. What is under this beautiful hat of mine? Without further ado, I'll bring on my good friends, Rich Giordano.
Hey!
Welcome, my beautiful man.
Thank you for having me.
Lee, must see audio, Lee.
How are you doing?
How you doing, mate?
Good. Cold.
When are you going to wear a hat, Lee? I feel, if you're cold, it's the best way. Keep your head warm.
You shaved your beard off, that's why.
I know. I forgot to heat the studio as well, so I'm pretty fucking cold.
And I have a fan on. It's supposed to be 90 degrees here in a couple of days.
I would swap right now.
That's gross.
Have you not got a face mask knocking about? You just cut a hole in it and speak. That might keep your face warm.
It's on my face. It's cold. It's everything else.
So just from removing the beard, the whole body gets cold.
No, it's like fucking 3 degrees on the Isle of Man. It's fucking bullshit.
Oh, I'm going to say how do women cope? Saying that some women do have beards. And so they should, because they have every right to. We've just been talking about my new hat, and I will leave the links in the description to where you can get yourself one of these. I have been waiting in line for a long time for this. Apparently they are going to be marvelous, and in all the top creators and YouTubers are all going to be wearing these.
It does look like something that Kanye West would wear.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or
Snoop Dogg.
I am going to have to take it off because my head is getting really...
Or a Jamaican guy.
Hot.
Either way, racially appropriating.
I can't get it off.
Yeah.
It's...
Oh, wow.
See?
Oh, my God, that is so sacrilege what I just saw. Covering up a Yankee hat with that.
It's stuck. We are going to get to UFOs, people. Don't worry.
No, we're not.
There we go.
Nope.
There we go. Right, now we can talk about the nonsense.
Right. Now you've sort of just snoozed out. Before we start, I'm going to shill my podcast because everyone listens to the beginning rather than the end. And I had a fucking ace podcast the other day. I interviewed Billy Ray Valentine from the Infinite Fringe podcast, and it was fucking great. So go to the audio and listen to that.
It was a fun. The links are in the description to all these social media. Go check that out because it's a great listen. About an hour and 40 minutes, was it, Lee? Perfect time.
Hour and 20 minutes. Hour and 20 minutes. Yeah.
I built a table while listening to that.
Did you intend to? Did you intend to, or was that like a?
No, I knew I had the day off. I knew I was going to be building stuff, and I thought that's it. That's what I'm going to build. Rich, have you seen Third Phase's new trailer? They've just sent me it. Apparently it's going to drop. They said I can share it on here. Have you seen it yet? Because I've not.
Yeah, I saw it before everybody. I saw it a month ago, 2 months ago. It's awesome.
So is this out? They've just sent me it and said, "Can you share this on the channel? Show the guys."
Yeah.
So I'm gonna share the screen and we're gonna watch it together.
This is unbelievable. This movie. God, I love this movie.
You've seen the whole movie?
I've seen I've seen about a third of it. I've seen a lot of the Greer stuff, but they don't purposely they don't show us everything because I don't want to see it all anyway. I want to see it with you guys when it comes out. But I saw a lot of stuff, and it's freaking amazing. Right, it's the best documentary I've seen in a long time. It's their best. I think it's their best. I think it's their best one they've ever done. By far. Hands down. It's nothing like you've ever seen. You'll never see Greer like this anywhere else. It's freaking awesome. Whether you hate him or not. Hate him or not? Love him or not. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway. And by the way, the spider bite never happened. I got bit last night by a spider, but I never got the venom or nothing ever happened on my show. Anyway, just answering some questions out there.
So you got bit by a spider? We'll
during the show, yeah.
Well, quickly before we should. So this, I haven't watched it. So this, you got bit?
Yeah, I was sitting here, and out of nowhere, it felt like I got like a tase, a taser. You know, if you ever have been tased before. Well, it felt like an electrical shock. Well, I have. It went into. Well, it was on purpose. It went right into my side of my knee, and I jumped. I mean, it was painful. And then when I wiped my hand down, I felt something under it. You know, like I hit something. And then I looked on the ground, and I rolled a spider up and killed it. And
you murdered a spider live on the show.
On the show, I murdered something. Yes,
you need to be careful.
I am now a murderer bully. Yeah. So, but nothing happened to me. I thought maybe I would get an infection, or I never felt weird or disoriented. And I barely have a mark. Huh?
Can you climb walls with your hands?
Things have been getting sticky around here. Just saying. On another note.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, action.
If the crash retrievals are true, then all bets are off.
Strat. 1091 Productions presents.
It's very hard for people to get their minds around where the real power is. And it's not at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. The reality is something much more stark.
They've been working on this for 60, 70, perhaps 80 years.
The reason why the government is talking about these UFOs now, they're getting ready for the next level of war.
Are these objects a national security concern?
They're proffering a narrative of a national security threat that doesn't exist.
I call them alien reproduction vehicles. They're made by private corporations somewhere on this planet.
Technology from Roswell from 1947
I don't like that.
has largely been held back from us.
Portal technology, teleportation, whatever you can imagine, it's already been done.
The biggest secrets are not the 0-point energy and electrogravitics. It's the science of consciousness. All their communication systems are moving through the consciousness field and are thought actuated. The people at the CIA call it WSFM, weird science and frickin' magic. The transdimensional interstellar technology will benefit humanity.
There has been tremendous disinformation.
The media is keeping secrets with the government.
These are lethal, vicious people. And I'm focused on exposing the extraordinary technologies that they want to keep secret. No aspect of life on Earth will be unaffected by it.
Yeah.
Shit the bed, that looks well done.
Cool trailer. That's a
I
cool
have
trailer.
to say, hats off to Third Phase. That looks incredible.
The theories of energy.
Stop. I don't know.
Copyright strike.
I only said the theories. The theories.
That's all it takes. It's all it takes. Let's talk about it real quick so you don't get in trouble. Nikola Tesla is really great.
So
loophole.
So that was looked so well put together. And hats off again for they look like they've done quite some close work with Stephen Greer. I've not really seen him do much work like that with anybody other than the Cousins brothers. Personally, I've not seen it anyway. It could be out there, but it seems like he's done quite a bit of work with them with that.
Well, they were out there several days with Greer. So it's not like they went out there and recorded him for a couple of hours. They spent days with him.
Wow.
Yeah, so you get to see Greer in a different light.
And Billy Carlson.
Yeah.
Carlson.
Billy Carlson, I believe.
Billy, yeah. I got offered a job, kind of, with Billy through somebody else that I interviewed. Anyway, I'll come back to that. But yeah, Billy, he's an energetic fella.
Yeah. I guess he is. But what Schratt says in this movie blew me away, because I didn't think he felt the way he did when you see the movie. He's unbelievable. Everybody is, even, everybody. D'Souza says some really crazy good stuff. Not crazy, but like, wow, I can't believe what he just said. And that whole movie's going to be like that. It really hits on your emotions for ufology. It makes you think what Greer had to go through. You get to hear a whole bunch of things about him, and it's really interesting. It's good insight on what he had to go through and where he is now.
I particularly enjoyed the bit when he said the disinformation. It just showed a picture of Lou.
Yes.
I was like, ooh.
He does not like Lou.
Well, I mean, it would have been nice to see them talk it out one day, but I don't think it's ever going to happen. Definitely not now.
You can't say never.
No, you can never say never, Rich.
Because the Cousins brothers, they don't give up, the Cousins brothers.
They make things happen.
They do. And not just by thinking about it, they do it.
Well, I mean, it's a good start to the show, because I did want to kind of discuss a disclosure that I don't think's ever going to happen in our lifetime, and the disclosure that apparently we've had. So apparently we've had.
Yeah, you can't be a little pregnant. It's either you have disclosure or you don't. You can't have a little bit.
Do you feel like we've had a sort of semi-hard-on disclosure?
I don't know. I mean, we God, that was a horrible noise. We had all the.
Do that again.
No, I can't. It was like I tried to swallow an entire frog.
I've heard that before.
Yeah, it felt like we were having disclosure. It felt like something was happening. I got excited about it, and to be perfectly honest, Rich being so down to earth about all the footage that came out, probably dragged me back down to my feet were on the ground about the whole thing, and it did. But it does make me wonder what that was all for. Was it just the defense money, like we were saying? If anything, it feels like it's further away. It feels like it's further away than it ever has been.
That's what they do. Lou is a disinfo agent. Let's not mince words here. Mm-hmm. That's what he is. He is trying to make us think that this technology, the Tic Tac and the videos, whatever, isn't ours. I have changed my tune on that. Talking to Third Phase, and they've talked to people, and just listening and gathering new information makes me think that it's ours. And Lou's job is to make us think that it's not China, Russia, or ours, that he's trying to sling it towards we don't know what it is, and we're worried about it. Well, he can't say it's Russia or China anyway, because it isn't. And if he did, that would mean the U.S. doesn't have that capability to protect itself like it used to. So they put out this mysterious object, the Tic Tac story, and makes them think, Russia and China, that we are lying about what we have. And we may actually have the Tic Tac. If you look at Fravor's story, one thing that stands out to me is when he said, it knew where I was going to go. It 60 miles away, I was going to, what is it, a Cap Point or something like that?
Yeah.
And when he got there, he said, there it was there. Well, it may not have been the same object. It could have been a different one. But of course it was there. It knew where he was going because it's us. We put it there. We knew where Fravor was going. So what better way to test your shit against the best in the world? And that's what they're doing, I think.
When you say that, I mean, I don't want to go back over the whole Lou thing again, but you say it is a disinformation agent. But do you actually, how much of you believes that is true to the core when it comes to, on a big scale, on a huge scale, when it comes to what when people are saying what Roswell was hidden from as the truth of Roswell? Do you think it's on that scale, or do you think it's on a very selfish Lou scale?
No, it's a government scale. It's a government. See, there's been so many sightings that they had to say something, I think. But it's not about that. It was about getting that AOI MSG. It's about getting that office. It's for Lou to get ATIP back, basically, is what I think. And the reason they wanted that office, because you get backed by the government to go look at your adversaries, to go look at your allies and see what they have, and you have the backing of the government to do it. And it's official. It's put on record. It's supposed to be given to the public once a year through Congress, but I don't think that'll ever happen. We're only going to get what they want to show us, but we don't know what's going on behind the scenes, and maybe that's why Lou is in this, because, well, he was in ATIP, and he knows some shit and has connections.
Do you think, though, if
it's possible,
let's say the Tic Tac is yours, not yours,
yeah,
but US's.
I know, yeah.
It's technology. Like if you take the, I'm not good with fucking like
English?
planes. So let's say you've got like F-16, and then you had like the Eurofighter and stuff like that. Different countries were making different fighter jets that all had different attributes, and maybe the F-16 was a bit better, but they were all of a similar play field. So that would suggest to me that even if the US has a Tic Tac, then Russia has some sort of thing, and China has some sort of thing. That'll all be comparable technology. So that's what would confuse me, is why would the US go to this big, essentially, propaganda campaign to put out its technology in a way that doesn't say we've got it, if they kind of know that the others probably have something similar. Because I still stand by, if one country had that technology, just one, they would already be the rulers of the world.
If they let everybody know about it, that would put fear into the public too, to the rest of the world.
Mm-hmm.
They already fear us. They think we're loose cannons, and I think we are to an extent, but we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. So maybe they just cracked this technology in 2003 or 4 and started flying it around and letting people all over the world see it and wonder, what is this technology? They're playing chess is what they're doing. It's mind games. You don't want your enemies to know, but you want your enemies to know. It's kind of like that. Yeah.
Maybe all the hard work trying to protect the secrets behind Area 51S4 and all that jazz actually paid off, and what got developed out of that was the Tic Tac UFO, and maybe they realized that people were getting wind of it, and the whole reason why it's being leaked in the first place is to maybe say to other countries, it's not ours, it's alien, it's UFOs or whatever, playing a bit of a chess game there.
For sure. Well, that's what. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, maybe it's not for you guys. Maybe it's for the other countries to say, we ain't going on. It's aliens.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely, man. That's what Lou does.
Just a thought.
Counterintelligence is playing chess. Lou described to everybody what counterintelligence was, because he thinks we don't know the difference between counterintelligence and a disinformation person. Hey.
Abby Lynn, thank you very much, my friend. I appreciate that.
Unless it was all a build-up, so they can crack this technology out, let's say, if we happen to go into some sort of major global conflict within months. Maybe it was a build-up to what's happening here now. It's if you drip something like that out, because it would be interesting to know, because we never really get this side of the world. We never really get what China does. It's like that curtain's there, and so they're obviously talking about UFOs. They're obviously talking about like exotic technology, and we never seem to get what they're getting. Do you know what I mean?
You mean from China and all the others? Yeah. That's what this. Go ahead. Yeah.
I'm just saying it's probably just that we've got Western tunnel vision, maybe, but it's if they've been doing the same for it, let's say, again, this could be. I'm a big, I wouldn't say big believer, but certainly over the last 2 years, I think governments might have even more in common than we think they do, and certain world events that turn up aren't necessarily organic. And that's worrying. If that's the idea, if we're headed towards some sort of huge event, and we're going to start cracking things out which can like defy the laws of physics, can you imagine the destruction that would happen? We talk about what's going to happen right now, and we talk about it in the idea of nuclear war, which is ridiculous because we're talking about decades old technology, like that's still all we've got.
Yeah, but that decade old technology has the potential to destroy the entire planet as we know it.
Yeah, but we don't stop, do we? We don't stop doing it. So as soon as that was done, someone sat down and gone, right, how can we make that fucker bigger? What can we do? What can we do that's bigger than that?
Or smaller and more personable, like, nuclear bullets and, shit like that.
Nuclear Bullets is my new metal band.
Say what?
Nuclear Bullets is now my new metal band.
That's a great.
It's a good name.
Is that really? Is that true?
No, it's not, but it's a fucking good band name.
I like
You don't blow your load on here, mate. Honestly,
I will never be able to play drums quick enough to be in a band called Nuclear Bullets. Never.
Love it. Someone's going to use that now.
Nah.
They heard it here first.
Yeah. Copyright.
Yeah, go on, Lee. Just not a strike. We don't like them here. So, how much of this video have you seen from third phases? Then have you seen half an hour, 15 minutes?
What's that?
The new movie from third phase.
It is 2 hours.
And how much have you seen?
Probably 25 minutes.
Okay, so you've seen a good whack of it. And is that something that just you and a select few've seen?
Yeah.
They haven't showed me.
Yeah. Well, you were sick and
I could have watched it in hospital.
Yeah, you died for a little bit.
Died inside. Yeah. So when you say this is gonna be amazing, what can you say about it without giving too much away?
Just exactly what I said. You'll see Greer in a different light. You'll hear things that he's never said before. You'll find out where his mind is. I don't want to say too much, but he doesn't really talk about C5, if you're worried about that. CE5, whatever. So that's not really an issue this go around. We don't have to worry about that, which I think is good.
But not that anybody's into C5, that it's probably a thing. It's just not my thing. But I'd love to. If someone can show me how to do it, I'd love to take them up on that.
But you're gonna see. Shit! I forgot what I was gonna say.
Sorry, mate. That's me. I'm just putting you off there. That's all
right.
I just wanted to say that I didn't. I'm not disputing his CE5, but
yeah.
So. You've seen
now I forgot again. Shit.
Just come on, Rich.
No, go ahead. I'll spit it out
look
later.
into my eyes. Spit.
I can't remember. It's gone now.
You got it.
Look into my eyes.
It was about the movie, and there was something about the movie that. What about Lou? There's some good stuff in there that nobody's ever seen or heard. Remember the debate they were going to do?
Yes.
Greer against that. Yeah, there's some behind the scenes stuff that's coming out. So it's pretty interesting, man. You guys are going to love it. And the 2 hours will probably go by really fast.
Okay, so Greer speaks about Lou. You can't speak about that, but that's what happens. Okay, you're allowed to speak. He does speak about Lou. I
can't. This. Yeah, it's going to be phenomenal. And it may start another war. We don't know. It's going to be interesting, though.
Well, we kind of need this kind of war to take his mind off other wars, you know, a little bit of a light UFO war rather than the real wars going on. That's
the good thing about this movie coming out April 5th or 6th, I think it's the 5th, is that Lou's book is coming out in April as well.
Oh, are they releasing it on the same fucking day?
Yeah, that would be amazing. Well, this movie that was supposed to come out in February, but it got pushed, so it got pushed to April. Yeah. So I can't. It's good timing now.
Why did it get pushed?
I don't know. I think they had some movies that didn't do so well. I'm not sure. I don't know. And I think there had to be some, not a re-edit, but something had to be done. It was just a little delay. I think they had make sure it was perfect, no mistakes. Don't rush it. That's how it is with these movies. You make it 8 months ago, and now it's almost, I mean, the movie should have been out in February, but it's not.
When I said earlier about disclosure never happening, I did feel like when we were doing the shows, probably on a regular basis together every week, maybe 2 shows sometimes, and the 3 of us would speak about stuff that was going on. Lee would shave his beard. He'd have a beard one day. He's the fastest man that can grow a beard I've ever seen. But it got exciting, and now I feel like it's never. I don't think it's ever going to get. It don't feel like it's going to get like that again. That we're going to get that rush again. It feels like we got what we're going to get, and that's it. And now it's up to us. Until we read Lou's book.
But this happens over and over. This is ufology. It's you only get 1 or 2 stories a year, and that's what we feed off of. So the book is the next thing. The movie is the next thing. And then after that, nobody, I don't know. What'll happen after that?
What if we're all being lied to, Rich? And we're believing in completely the wrong thing?
Yeah, I know. Then they did a great job.
I mean, people tell me the stories. They've been abducted. They've had the sheets lifted off the bed, this, that, and the other. All these different stories, which the guests that I have on, I believe that they are telling the truth.
Yeah.
I can see it in their eyes.
They are.
But what if it's something completely different? I know Lee's in that court. Well, Lee's on the verge of the flat Earth, I think.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He's not.
No, not flat Earth.
He rims it now and again, though.
I'm definitely on the.
You wall licking.
On the cusp of there being a more advanced local, biology to the planet that's more advanced than us. That's been here for a long time.
That can build metal ships.
Yeah,
that look like man-made stuff.
Maybe, or maybe.
Where's the factories? Where is all that stuff?
Over the ice wall, under the sea. I don't know. I know. But there was something I was looking at today, which I thought was quite interesting, which I'd never heard before. I think it's bullshit. I think it's called the bullshit conspiracy, but I might have it wrong. And the idea behind this conspiracy is that all conspiracies are misinformation. All mainstream conspiracies are things that have just been thrown out to the public to keep us all busy, nuzzling away at fucking aliens,
Disclosure,
Bigfoot, or Loch Ness Monster, just as things. And essentially, if you put an idea out, the hive mind gets hold of it, and we naturally create our own evidence.
So life is the National Enquirer, is what you're saying.
Yes. Yeah. Or the Weekly World News. Maybe it's even worse.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. I've thought about that. I've always said the world is more paranormal than normal. But, and you could be wrong on that too. Everything could be some part of truth. And they have to, people, it's hard to keep a secret. And people love telling secrets. And they want to be the one that makes this story happen. And usually it's for money. But, yeah, man, it's a crazy world we live in.
Wouldn't it be awful, though? Wouldn't it be awful if the bangs in the house or the creaks on the floorboards were never ghosts. It was always just changes in room temperature making your floorboards creak. If the lights in the sky were always shooting stars or always misidentified planets, the fact that we, like when Elon Musk comes out and says they have the most advanced space rockets we've ever built, that's it. That's the height of technology.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be awful if normal was the absolute pinnacle?
But you know, when you saying
Yes.
that there, you sound crazy to me. Because that sounds crazy.
Yeah.
That sounds crazy.
Oh, I don't think so.
No, it's what you want to believe. That's why.
The bumps in the night, you know, the people's bed sheets being lifted, people seeing
show me on the toy where you got touched,
frozen in the sky.
Yes.
That to me now is my norm. You know, that to me is and because I've experienced stuff myself. So nearly everybody, and I know I've got Mr. Diecast in the chat. Good guy. He did a great interview with him about the frozen plane in the sky, and that was his story. We're just a frozen plane in the sky, and the guy was telling me the complete truth.
But what if it was all perspective? What if that was all perspective and just the way he was? And then what I know I've said on this channel a few times, whenever you remember something, you're not remembering the event, you're remembering the last time you remembered it.
I get what you're saying, Lee. But I mean, when it comes to the train set.
Oh no, I was just going to bring
the green UFO that you saw.
And what happened? What if I
the
saw
fleet that Rich saw?
What happened?
And videotaped.
Yeah, but what happens if I saw that, like the green ball? Yeah. And what I did see was a meteorite, and then
I get what you're saying.
Over time, I'm not meaning to lie about it, but over time, my imagination has just stuck little bits in, and then every time I remember it, I'm regurgitating those little bits, and then it stuck even more bits in. And then the next thing you know, I wasn't outside my house at all. I was in the middle of a field, and I got butt fucked by a grey.
And that is a personality flaw. Why would you do that? No, we're not. You're saying that you wouldn't do it on purpose. You add this and add that. That's not cool.
No.
Consciously know they're doing that. I don't believe that they're. What am I missing?
I don't know. I think you can accidentally do it. I think you can.
No,
I do. I think you.
Not if it's the truth.
Maybe
you don't have to do that for the truth.
I think you can misremember.
You can misremember the first time. But after that, the story should always be the same.
Maybe.
No, it is B.
I don't know, because I think the way we remember is much more complicated than that.
You know what? Let me tell you something. I have to apologize. I think you're right, because I myself have missed. No, it's true. I just remembered I've made mistakes on my own stories.
Mm-hmm.
You're 100% right. Yeah, but he's 100% right. You don't mean it. It's accidental, and yeah. Okay, good job, man. Good point.
Jennifer, thank you very much for the £5. What do you mean by this? No, the bangs in my house are all the walls banging, and we ran out of house and a bit loud, and the bit's loud.
No, the bangs in my house are all the walls banging, and we ran out of the house and bit. Wow.
In bits, yeah. Right, so she ran out of the house, shitting herself.
I think she meant, and it's loud.
Yeah. I'm dyslexic, so it doesn't help.
No, me too. It took me 2 times, yeah.
But this is the thing.
Cheers, Jen.
I'm not, and obviously I'm not calling Jennifer a liar. But when we talk about this idea of like normal just being the thing, what if it's plumbing? Do you know what I mean? What if you've got air in your system? I've had air in my plumbing system before, and that makes a fucking right racket, like your whole house is going to fall down.
When the sun hits my house in the morning, I hear kick, kick, crack, crack, and I thought there was spiritual shit going on, but it's not.
So
it's the house. But it's not all the time. Like Alien Addict was saying, sheets are being lifted off. People see things, shadows. Sorry, Alien Addict.
No, that's the bangs, though. We're talking about the noises, yeah, but what about the things that people see? So, for example, I've told you many a times, I think I've mentioned it on the channel, but I may have just mentioned it after the show. As a child, I used to see a white lady in my bedroom, completely white. I cannot remember this, right? My mum saw this. I used to go into my mum's room on a night and tell her there's a white lady in my room. And my mum
Yeah.
used to ask me what she did. And I said, she just smiles. That's all I said. My mum saw her one night at the edge of the bed. The next morning, she had a miscarriage.
Oh,
Wow.
My mum had 8 miscarriages. I'm the only. My mum's rhesus negative, and she there's something weird with her genetic code that doesn't.
The
I
um,
don't know what it is.
they see the baby as a like a parasite,
Enemy.
don't they? Yeah,
Yeah.
and the immune system attacks it, I think.
So she lost, I think it was 8 children, and she calls me the miracle child. But she saw this while I can't even remember this. She tells me this story from when I was a kid, but my mum experienced that. And I don't know why my mum would lie to me, and say that maybe she dreamt it, and then she had the miscarriage the next day. There's a lot of these coincidences in life, and that is the thing that really interests me, is these little things that people have in common. And I think that is the link to this disclosure that we're going to get. I think we may be backing the wrong horse when it comes to alien UFO little green men in ships. That may put people off the channel, but over time, I thought that for many years that's what it was, and it could, it possibly is that. I hope it is that.
I feel right. We've got a big problem in the UK with politics, right? Where we have two parties that are essentially tying the same line, and the opposition doesn't know how to be an opposition. Now, in the alternative media that we're all in, we should be the opposite of the mainstream media. We should be the opposition to the mainstream media. So I'm afraid if they're going out of their way now to tell us it's definitely little green men from Zeta Reticula that are coming down in spaceships, it's our duty to look at it in a different way, because we should be the opposition to the mainstream media.
right.
Yeah,
But
should be. And Jennifer, sorry to hear that about your mum. So that those bangs, you think that I'm down with maybe ghosts do stuff like that. I'm not away from the spirit stuff. If anything, I'm right there over the last couple of years has taken me there. Sorry, Lee. I just wanted to say that to Jen there.
Cool.
But go on, Rich. What were you going to say?
Oh, I wasn't saying anything, actually.
Oh no, you just sounded like I interrupted there.
No.
I know what you're saying, but it just seems like there's something completely different to me.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's what I was trying to say, and it's certainly again over the last 2 years, I am, and it's definitely why I'm questioning what's happening right now, because all media seems to be singing from the same hymn sheet, and if the BBC and Fox News and CNN are telling me something, and all singing the same thing, you best fucking bet I'm going to think it's the exact opposite.
Well, Fox News sometimes goes against the grain, but
it does in the UFO thing. I wasn't really talking about that, but yeah, it does. But well, no, because it doesn't. It goes more on board with it, but it gives you more of the mainstream media line. They might give you more interviews with Lou Elizondo, for instance, or they might talk about whatever Rogan did on his podcast with whatever UFO guy it was, but they're still giving you the men are from Mars, women are from Venus treatment when it comes to aliens.
Yeah.
And if see, that even makes me think, because I mean, Lou's even slipped the demon thing in there, so that's always the way I've looked about it. Maybe it's there is a genuine nefarious entity, like maybe we have things like those. But I don't know. I don't trust any of it. I don't. If someone's making us feel something and someone's making us think something, I'd like to know why. Probably more than if there's aliens, I'd like to know why we're supposed to think there is.
Do you think it's aliens anymore, though? I mean, I know we've had this discussion, and Rich looks like he's wanting to say something because he's had a little smile on his face.
Go on, Rich.
Minute.
Rich has channeled that much energy. He sucks
itching.
The light out of his room.
I can't.
Go.
No, just between us, do you remember what I said before the show, what not to talk about?
Oh, we've not talked about it.
No.
What
but do you remember what I said? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, well, it officially happened.
Right.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so I am a little bit excited. I don't know if it's aliens, to be honest with you, but how can you dismiss the abductions and everything like that? Like when I dream, sometimes I dream of aliens that don't look anything like what I've seen in the movies. And they're much more detailed and crisper, and well, that's the same thing, I guess, but they just, I don't know, man. Like Whitley Strieber. People believe that guy's telling the truth. I think he had the one experience. Of course, you know, he had witnesses at his house that saw strange lights. And if you ever saw the movie Communion or read the book, you know that his friends would never go back up to that cabin again after what they saw. And it has to be real. But I don't know if they're from another dimension or, you know what I mean? It's like, to have that type of technology sounds like cloaking technology more than interdimensional technology, if that's even a real word, interdimensional. I'm told it's not. There's no such thing as interdimensional, but anyway, it's really strange. Welcome to the show with the one quid.
Yes, thank you, Lee. Welcome to the show, my friend. I appreciate that. That Whitley Strieber, is that how you pronounce his surname?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
However you want to say it.
Yeah.
That story's fantastic, though. You know,
I know.
But it does
almost
seem
like it was made up by an author.
Well, I was just going to say that, like Anjali.
It seems like someone's tripping.
Yeah, he could have.
It really does. You know, with the especially when you watch the movie with the little blue goblins or whatever they are.
Yeah.
But I do like the fact that and I know it's just a book, guys. It's just a story that apparently is a true events.
Apparently.
I have not read the book, as you may know. In the book, does the alien grey remove the mask? Because in the film, he does. It's wearing a mask.
Yeah, I don't know. I never read. I don't like reading either.
So,
if anybody's read it, let us know.
Yeah, I want to know if it removes the mask, because it's interesting that on the Travis Walton, not his story of the events, but the film Fire in the Sky, they had masks. The grey. I've seen this a few times in and we're talking movies here, people. But this grey wearing a mask, could that not be some sort of somebody knows some shit and they're secretly just telling us something there? Because I've seen this many times where the alien grey is nothing but a mask. That's a question.
Sounded like a statement.
It did.
Did it? No,
Yeah.
I'm saying, do you reckon it could be? You reckon it could be? Sorry, it did sound like a statement, didn't it? I'm going. The whole mask thing, I like that. I don't know why I should like it, but it's just there's something about that, and this image being a disguise. You know, almost like the V for Vendetta. You know, it's this just plain face. That
if we were to go to another planet, right? Let's just say, and we can't breathe their oxygen or whatever it is, we're going to wear masks too, or helmet or whatever. So if they had stories of us visiting them, they had their big heads and a big thing, and I could see something inside this little helmet. Yeah, so I think that's all it is. It's a skin-tight breathing apparatus that I think they used. And we saw that in the movie when he was... Oh, no, I'm thinking of Travis Walton, Fire in the Sky. No, wasn't that also in Communion 2?
Yeah, in Communion,
yeah,
takes
Communion
off the mask.
2.
I think he rips the mask off.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, but in Fire in the Sky, they weren't wearing the masks, and when he walks into that, he goes into that room. I know people. If anybody's going to say, "Well, that's just the film," and Travis Walton's events are totally different. Yes, I know that, but in the film, they show it as the alien greys look like little old men, and they wear an alien grey suit.
Mike Rontanda, what a name! Mike sounds like a character in a Will Ferrell film. He said maybe it's us in military dress up, like Greer says, and I was going to say that before. What if the abductions are staged events?
Maybe
millions of them.
No, well, you wouldn't need to do millions of them, would you? Because you could.
But there are.
Well, there are, but there are also ones of varying quality, aren't there? And
of course.
How many physical ones?
Yeah, and there's ones where people make things up, and then the idea of aliens gets into the general zeitgeist, and I'm still convinced some people use the like UFOs and stuff and the alien abductions for coping mechanisms for trauma, especially like sexual trauma.
Yeah, well, when you're talking about that, Lee, and this actually brings me to Wild. Is it Ascension? Am I spelling that right?
A Wild Ascension,
yes!
Mothership.
I can read again. I've never been able to read. Thank you for the suit. Thank you for the $1.99 super chat. I appreciate that. But what if some of these abductions are happening while you're asleep and you're not actually leaving your bed? So when you said there, Rich, that all of these abductions, that all over the world, there's loads of them going on. Mm-hmm. What if that they can make us think that this has happened? Yeah, but it actually hasn't happened.
Yeah.
Well, you've had like stories, haven't you, all through history of like the incubus and succubus and the what was the old hag, all these what?
You said old hag. I said Linda Moulton Howe.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry.
No. There's a like it's in mythology. There's a creature called the old hag that was said to climb on men's chests and suck the breath out of them.
Oh yeah, I saw.
Isn't that a succubus?
Yeah. It's just like another thing of it. And it's the same as that. I think the incubus is a similar thing as well, isn't it? We've had these stories. Maybe that's just a symptom of sleep paralysis. It's we've had the boogeyman for a while. We've had the fear of what's in the dark or what's in the corner of your eye. So maybe it's just a human manifestation of this like natural phenomena.
Mm-hmm. It's possible. That's the thing we don't know.
I think that's where that old saying comes from. I've got something on my chest. When you've got like when you feel like I've got something to get off my chest, or
Oh, maybe.
I think it does come from that.
Okay.
I'm being serious there.
Yeah, I know.
I think it actually does come from. Whenever I look at those pictures, and some people depict them as that was people getting abducted. Straight away, I look at the picture and I think demon. But if it was on Ancient Aliens, which I believe your show tonight is on something to do with ancient aliens, isn't it, Rich?
It is.
Yeah, I saw the advertisement. But ancient aliens would just depict anything that has been drawn like that in history of a demon sat in your chest was basically a guy just coming to abduct you, do some blood samples, maybe make you impregnate a cow, and then put you back.
Yeah. We just don't know. That's the funny thing of it all. We just don't know. Somebody said there's been over 100,000, maybe, I don't know, million cattle mutilations. You know,
I can believe it.
Throw that into the mix. Like, why don't, if it was the government, they could just farm their own cattle. But I don't think it's about that. I think it's about, you know, what's going on other people's farms. And they want to get, you know, I don't know, data from those animals. So if they're just harboring the cows for their blood, they could just make their own cattle farm. So why do they have to go to strangers all over the world and grab their cattle? Because maybe it is aliens.
Jen read it years ago, by the way, Rich, and she can't remember a mask.
She can't remember it either. Okay.
So it was so maybe it was just in the movie.
Yeah.
That makes it more interesting as well.
Yeah, it does.
Because why is the movie showing the mask?
But also Travis did say, for real, that he was kind of a dick to the aliens because he was so scared. So I wonder if it is real. It's hard to know. Have you ever interviewed him?
Travis?
Yeah.
You would know that. I'd have told you that. I know you've slept with him, but I not actually with him, but you slept on him.
I slept next to him.
Did he know?
Well, it was during a movie, and he was on one aisle, I was on the next right across from him, and it was the Phoenix Lights movie, which I've seen 5 times before. And I was up all night like I usually am, came in with a headband on, unshowered with a full beard, and I fell asleep and was snoring. And when the movie ended, he looks at me and he goes, he shakes his head. It was so funny. I go, hey, I was up all night working for you.
Have you ever asked him for an interview?
No.
No?
Nah. Not interested.
Not interested?
Nah.
How
What is he
come?
going to say that I haven't already heard? Same reason why I never had, and I wish I did now, but Stanton Friedman.
Yeah, that would be, you know, I liked Stanton, but you might say, well, you would say that because he's passed away now. But no, I always liked him.
Yeah.
I like Stanton.
He's got that lovable granddad vibe about him, hasn't he? You just want to give the guy a hug.
He seemed nice. That's
and smart.
But there's not a lot of people, I don't think, in the UFO community. In fact, so in any of the like conspiracy field, I think that feel endearing. You know, most of them have to have like an air of cool about them. He was never interested in having an air of cool about him. He just was cool. He was genuine.
He was cool. He was cool because he was nice.
Yeah.
And I didn't like the way Jeremy that when it was Jeremy Corbell when
it was Corbell when they were on the stage.
Yeah, I thought that it was a bit. He just seemed like a bit of a dick to him.
He
Really,
was.
didn't he?
He was talking over him, and he's like, "Am I right? Am I right?" And oh God, I hate Corbell. Why do we have to bring that name up?
Rich,
Brian Kegler.
I'm going to say, can you help me with that super chat? Thank you so much, Brian, for the 1999 super chat. That's really appreciated.
Great show, guys. My 2 cents. There is an advanced breakaway civilization here on Earth monitoring us. China and Russia copies U.S. tech. Tic Tac isn't theirs. I do think the U.S. has anti-gravity technology since the late 50s. ...
Jeremy Corbell just weaponized Rich's keyboard instead of his imagination.
You son of a beach. I hate that. They weaponize your curiosity.
Oh, that's it.
If it was Roswell that you guys got the technology off, saying that you have the technology, I mean that was it. 1946,
7.
47. I should know that. Are you ever? Jesus. That's what, 3 years to develop that technology?
3?
Well, yeah. If it was 1947, the crash.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if they
they've
do
had-
it in the 50s, yeah.
If they've had that
Look.
anti-grav technology, maybe they had it in a hangar.
Right.
Did they have it developed? Did you guys have it developed?
Even if let's be honest here, if we take everything at face value, right, from Roswell incident to what we think is correct in the UFO field, if there was a crashed, so let's be fucking honest here, not only is it a fucking flying saucer we've found, it's a broken one. It's not even an operational one. It's been smashed into the fucking ground. Yeah. That is the equivalent of snapping a USB stick in two and throwing it to a load of chimps and saying, come back in 25 years and they'll have a full computer.
No, it's not the same.
Do you think so?
Because chimps can't build freeways and cars and things like that. They don't do anything like we can do.
No, but faster than light technology, mate. We fucking
doesn't mean we can't figure it out.
I think we'd still be looking at that wreckage going, it's a working thing, something that worked, and not only worked, but that was physically operated by a creature in the same way as we physically operate something by a bipedal creature. I could take that. But if it was incomplete and broken,
I don't think faster than light technology would work. The simple reason is, what happens when you hit something in space going at the speed of light or faster than the speed of light? You know, how would you? I mean, you might have the best navigation system in the world,
right?
But what would be in front of the ship to get rid of whatever's in its way? Maybe maybe the tiniest bit of rock.
Sure.
So it would have to work on a bending space and time.
Yeah,
that's how it'd have to work like that.
It's the only way.
That's what I think, anyway. But
yeah,
it's the only way.
You're right.
You would have to be a transmedium craft. You know, it can go through. You know, everything.
To do that, and that's what they keep saying. They keep saying transmedium craft.
Yeah.
So maybe they're right.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Maybe they are. Maybe they're not.
But then you've got the thing of like your craft might be transmedium. So let's say the craft can go through things. So why would you go through things once you're in it?
Because you're encapsulated inside of it. It gives you a shield. Same reason why a rock wouldn't hit it.
Yeah, but the idea would be that the rock was going through it, wouldn't it?
Basically, I guess, yeah. But you're inside of it, so you also feel the effects of that. I'm assuming. I don't really know.
Yeah.
But that's a good question.
Unless...
And that would be the answer they would give. Oh, they're encapsulated inside of it, I'm sure.
Unless it had something on the front that whatever's in front of it would shift it, like when you're going through water.
Yeah,
exactly.
a space bumper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another name for a band.
Yeah.
Space bumper. Yeah, I like that.
That's so weird. It works. Space bumper, yeah. What was the other one?
Oh, nuclear bullets.
That's freaking awesome, dude. Nuclear bullets is insane.
Lee, can you put
Hey,
a poll
Dorothy.
up? Nuclear bullets a space bumper.
Brian Kegler, $5 super chat. It's too disruptive to the global economy and the petrodollar that the entire U.S. economy is based on. Yeah, for sure.
See, that suggests, right? And that suggests that the people that have built and used our monetary system for God knows how long are clever enough to keep this system going, but stupid enough to monetize new technology. I don't believe that.
Well, we could use this technology if we had free energy instead of using gas and oil. We could still charge exactly the same thing we're charging now for it. I don't know why it would be such a problem. The only thing is, you don't want the public to get their hands on this technology, because if you have an object, you know, that let's say the size of a baseball that can go 30,000 miles an hour, shit, that'll go right through a building, you know. So it's dangerous.
The thing with free energy, I think that might be a bad way we've been using the word, because that suggests that we can just jump in our car, throw some rune stones on the engine, and then drive off. But the idea of free energy is drawing power from the ether or whatever Tesla thought it was. So you're still going to need some sort of power station / conductor that I don't believe you can just bang that in a moped or a car. So maybe you get to the situation where like petrol stations were just like small reactors, for instance. You know, you're not going in and filling tanks up full of fuel, but it's generating its own power, which you're going in and charging your space car with. But I just don't believe that they could.
Or the Wilcock car.
Yeah, or the Wilcock car. I just don't believe that they couldn't monetize it.
They can. They charge you for your time using it. So if you drive, exactly.
Even on the, like, can you imagine how much money you could make? Even in the if you take grown-up stuff out of it, think of toys. Imagine how much money you would make from like fighter jets and stuff like that if they could actually just fucking fly about.
Dude,
if your Superman toy could actually fly because it was fucking zero gravity.
I'd expect that by now. You know,
I know.
Me playing with toys in the 80s, I expected that when my kids' toys will fly. Do they bollocks? And if they do, they're just a cheap drone. Douglas Adams with the $5 super chat.
No, it's John
Miles. It's John Miles. Douglas Adams were probably right. The answer to the question is 42. I don't get that as an uneducated man.
It was the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Right. I've seen the film. I've never read the books.
Anjali is here.
First books I ever read with Hitchhiker's Guide.
Anjali is here, by the way.
Oh, I've been speaking to her. Actually,
she's here in the chat room.
Oh, is she in the chat? Hi, hello, Anjali.
Saying hello.
Hello from Great Britain.
Hello from the other side. What's that song?
I don't know. Hello from the... Oh, it's Adele.
Adele. Yeah,
Adele.
That's it. Every time I see Anjali, I think of that song. It's a good song.
Adele.
I like Anjali.
Yeah, do you know, I was just going to say Adele. You know, I preferred old Adele to new Adele.
Yeah, I kind of did too. I feel like I'm getting ripped off now.
Yeah.
I had Adele, but I switched to an Asus now.
You're so silly. I was thinking the same thing. I use Alienware, which is basically Dell, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's very on brand for you.
I had to get it. What would I be if I didn't have Alienware? Yeah.
I was trying to say hi, Anjali, in the chat, but I can't do the little thing above the N.
I don't know what that is. I thought it was an umlaut first. It's not an umlaut, is it? It's something else.
I'm not sure. But hello, my friend. Yeah, the whole film business, though, when it comes to aliens, and people telling stories, they change everything. But my point there with the masks was that's being used a lot of times with alien masks. Anjali might be a good person to ask about that. Is she, you know, I think Anjali did say that the aliens in that cave did look like it was prosthetic. Lee, help me out there.
Perspective?
Sorry,
no.
I was reading the chat then. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to say to Gigi, why don't you tell everyone what you really think?
Gigi?
What I miss?
No,
I wouldn't go near her YouTube? Is that what you mean?
Who's YouTube?
Yeah.
Whose YouTube we talking about?
Anjali's.
Yeah.
I don't think Anjali's got a YouTube channel, has she?
I don't know.
She has.
But there, I guess her story fell apart.
See,
I don't know.
I'll be honest. I've been speaking to Anjali today. Actually,
cool.
Not today. The other day.
Oh, right on. Okay.
So, I do find something really interesting, and that's that Wayne and Trisha are real people.
Yeah.
So, if somebody wants to make a lie up, okay. Now, this is not me saying that I think that Anjali went into an alien cave and spoke to. I don't know what she experienced, but the fact that Trisha and Wayne are real people, and then they've come out and said XYZ, you know, she's lying about this. If Anjali wanted to make a lie up, and here's the interesting thing for me, and I said this to you when you rang me the other night about the guest, because I told you about this, Lee.
Mm-hmm.
If she wanted to make a lie up about that, why have two real people?
I know nothing about this. I know you guys did a podcast with a live with her. I watched the beginning of it, and I'll be perfectly honest. And this is someone that gets a bit woo woo about stuff. I found her a little bit woo woo to watch, so I didn't watch it. But if I was gonna if I was going to lie about something, I was going to make a UFO story up, I'd get two people and I'd keep them in the background. And then at some point, just when my story needed a bit more sizzle on it, I'd dig them up to back up my original story.
But she didn't dig them up.
No, but they came out. That's what I mean. If it was a plan, it was a good plan. I'm not saying she's lying. I'm just saying that if I was going to create a story, I would have people that would back it up at some point.
My exact words to Anjali when I had her on live is, and I said this when she left. I said, "Thank you so much for coming on. I believe that you're making a book, and you know that this is, and a good luck to you." Mm-hmm. That's what I said.
Yeah.
But Stephen Cambion has had evidence from what's her name? Charlie
Weiser.
Yeah, and Charlie did message me a lot when I was in contact with Ryan as well, asking me things, and I'm like, look, I'm no researcher. I don't know this. She didn't realize that I just talk shit and interview people and talk to people that are in this community. I don't spend time looking loads of stuff up. I just like to hear from the horse's mouth, so to speak. But for me, as an outsider looking in, that's not really researching this, but to see that when I thought that she's making a book, I thought Wayne and Trisha are not real people. That's what I thought all along. There's no way they're real people, because why would you do that? Okay. It turns out they are real people, and they are disputing everything that she's saying. That I find strange. And what I also, and a lot of people don't believe his story, but what dawned on me before Anjali spoke about this alien base, Kyle from UFO Proof spoke about an alien base in a cave, which I watched the video back today, and that was 2 months before she made that statement outside Converse. Yeah, which I know anybody could. It's an insane thing to make up. Use your imagination. You could make some stuff up like that.
No, but you told me that story, because obviously we spoke about it.
Yes, and about the Kyle's thing.
Yeah, and we know about the alien cave.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember saying to you, because I think it was just a coincidence, I'd only just seen Hellier on Amazon. I don't know if you have either of you seen that, Rich?
I've watched about 3 episodes.
I've only watched a couple, yeah.
Right. That's the story. Basically.
Is it?
Yeah.
I need to watch it again. It was on. I think I've got it on Prime.
Can you repeat what you just said about that, Lee?
The Hellier story is very similar to the cave story. I'm not.
Oh,
saying,
yeah. It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Remind me of the story, Lee, because I have watched it, but I was building Lego at the time.
It's a mockumentary.
For my kid.
Yeah, it's a mockumentary where a bunch of filmmakers go searching for a goblin, and
it's the front cover like a goblin.
Yes, yeah, and they go looking for an alien in a cave, essentially. It's quite good. I enjoyed it. Slow. It felt like the series should have been half as long as it was. But it's if you're into this sort of stuff, it's probably worth a watch.
Yeah, and I totally appreciate that, and that's where my mindset was when Anjali came on the show, and I'm like, I think you're writing a book. I said that over and over again to her, in a polite way, but all along in my head, I'm like, Wayne and Trisha are not real people. Even though Ryan's telling me that he's interviewed them, I'm like, is it maybe they're right? Ryan's got the wrong Wayne and Trisha here. Okay,
Ryan has shit.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe
he never came out with the evidence.
He never came out. He was supposed to send me the evidence.
He's a bullshitter.
Right? Okay, so so it there right there, Rich. You're in agreement with Anjali.
I'm not in agreement with Anjali. I believe she experienced something.
Right.
But
okay,
and I don't know how. But I don't believe Ryan at all. Ryan Gordon, 1 second.
So here's the thing. What if this Trisha and Wayne are hiding something? That is why they come out and said something.
It's very possible. They don't want anybody going there anymore. Maybe. I don't know. But I would do the same thing if I didn't want people around my, looking for this cave, mountain, whatever.
But answer me this. If Anjali wanted to make this lie up, okay, why use real people?
True.
That's
true.
Why would you use real people if it was
unless they were in on it? Unless they were in on it.
Yeah, but it's come back and bitten her on a bottom.
Well, maybe
they're disputing it.
Well, yeah, but maybe they didn't want anything to do with it. Maybe the idea was there, and it's like, fuck, I'm not getting involved in this because this is not going the way it was supposed to go.
But
and it's easy for them to do that.
No, but names were never given. Nothing. They came forward.
Look, I don't know. I saw your interview. I wasn't grabbed. I'm not like what I've always enjoyed, like what in the comment section. Cause I'm just reading the comments here. I've always enjoyed what Gigi has added to this podcast and put up and stuff like that. I don't appreciate her the fact that she's essentially calling Anjali out. To my eyes, not saying anything wrong, and Anjali's just saying that she's threatening violence, essentially because she's calling her a shill, and I don't appreciate that. And for me, that speaks volumes about the whole situation. If you're gonna go to that level, I'm probably not going to trust that person.
No, I get that, Lee. I get that. My issue with this is why are these people real in the first place if the whole thing is made up? That I find
because you need something real in the story to make it real. That's why. If you have real people, then it validates who you are and what you're saying.
Yeah.
I agree, Rich, with that. I completely agree. But why, when Anjali has never given the details of these people, why have they come forward? It doesn't make sense. There's something missing here.
Because people keep bringing their names up, and they don't want anything to do with it anymore.
Why give the names? What would be the point?
I just told you.
Story.
I just told you to make it grounded. Exactly what Lee said. It makes it seem more real. Look, she may have had an experience with these people. Okay? However it was. What was it? Apparently she drank, what is it? Marijuana oil or something like that. That's what I heard. And she hallucinated this thing. And I don't know, man. I didn't look into it. All I know is that apparently Cambion did the show and said it's all fallen apart. And Wayne and Trisha came out and said that it's not real. She's making it up, when I thought they were all part of it.
Yeah, I would like. I honestly would like to hear it from Anjali. I would like.
Yeah, sure.
I want to. I believe that everybody has a right to stick up if they've been accused of something.
Sure.
To stick up for themselves. I even invited Charlie Wiser to come and have a one-on-one. She's like, I don't go on shows, because she kept asking me loads of questions of which I couldn't answer. She wanted to know everything that Ryan has sent me. I'm like piggy in the middle. I'm like, I just have people on a show. That's all I do.
She said she didn't drink anything, which is good, because that was a rumor going around.
Yeah, but people start rumors, don't they?
But she already said she wasn't hallucinating and all that stuff. So, people are just being weird.
But here's the thing. I mean, she still says she has these visions and what have you now.
Yeah.
And I don't know any drug that lasts for when did it happen? This event, was it 3 years ago? Longer than that? Was it 2018? I can't remember now.
It doesn't matter. It happened.
But anyway, it was a few years ago, and I don't know any drug that lasts for that long.
No, but the memory lasts that long.
Yeah, I know that, but she's still having,
experiences and stuff.
Experiences, yeah.
Hey, all right. Well, she could be. She could be one of those people who found out how to have these experiences where we can't.
Do I believe there's aliens in a cave in the desert? I personally don't believe that. But do I think there's more to this story? Yeah, I think there's a lot more to this story. Now that Trisha and Wayne have come forward and calling her a liar, yes, a hell of a lot more to this story. I do.
So, did Wayne and Trisha ever come out before? This is the first time.
Absolutely not. And Ryan, so when I rang Wayne with Ryan, and Wayne didn't answer the phone, I heard a voicemail. Ryan got some back and forth with text messages, as you saw, but they said they wanted nothing to do with this. Keep us out of it.
Those weren't real text messages, by the way. That
Maybe
was from
not.
a spoof app. I totally saw it. It's so... Yeah, Ryan Gordon is a big problem, and I wish the guy never existed, to be honest with you. He's a problem. He's a problem. I think the guy makes shit up to make his story work. I think he did that with Travis.
Yeah. You do? Do you? Okay.
It's possible he might have. It's possible, but we'll never know. We'll have to talk to Travis.
That's never going to happen.
Sure it will. I can get him on.
Get him on.
All right.
He's probably been put off.
No. I'll get him on.
But you might think you might fall asleep on him, so...
That'd be great if I did. I wouldn't do that.
I would like to see Travis on GUFON.
Yeah, maybe I'll have him on now.
GUFON lives, or maybe even GUFON if you get the channel back one day. That'd be great.
I don't know if I'll ever get it back.
I don't know either, but you never know.
Hey, man, I thought I'd have it back already, and it's not, and something's wrong, so...
It takes a while, mate.
Dude, it's been time. The time has ended. Something's wrong. Anyway, what about sleep paralysis? We never touched on that.
Have you ever had that?
No. Never.
Lee, have you ever had it?
Sleep paralysis? I don't think so.
I wouldn't know what it was if I'd had it. But I have
maybe.
if I'm honest.
It sounds so fucking terrifying. I'm sure. Like, I'm sure I would know, or you'd know, because it sounds like fucking hell.
The thing is, it's a real thing, but I don't know anybody that's ever been tested for it or have any data to back it up. And they talk about being abducted, and I'm like, well, how do you know it wasn't just a dream or sleep paralysis or something? And yeah, I would like somebody to go who is an abductee regularly to. And I guess if you went to a sleep center, the aliens wouldn't visit you there coincidentally. So yeah, you just can't win.
So I've had moments where I felt my body is kind of asleep, and there's something that spooked me. I wanted to wake up and can't seem to get out of it, even though I know I'm asleep. Would that be sleep paralysis? Would that kind of justify sleep paralysis?
I think when it's happening.
Mm.
You can't move your arms and shit's happening around you. All you can do is move your eyes. Why can you only move your eyes? That doesn't make sense either.
I had dreams where I was in bed and taken up when I told you about this. When my little boy couldn't get to sleep, he ran into the room. He had night terrors. I went and got in with him, and I fell asleep. And the next thing I know, I'm outside the house, and I'm lifting off the ground. That's not sleep paralysis? That's just a dream, a weird dream, and then all of a sudden I'm like back in my body. I think I had sleep paralysis when I was a child. There was very strange things going on with my sleep. I think a lot of kids have. I think you dream more when you're a kid, a lot more than when you're an adult.
Because a rush of hormones are constantly being produced. You're leading up to puberty, where that's where a lot of young girls and young men have what do they call it? Possessions. They go through. I mean, it's always 13 or 14-year-olds. It seems like. I mean, yeah, there are older ones, but generally it has to do with, I think, hormones.
Always tends to be young kids that the priest want to be in the rooms with, that are possessed. Strange coincidence.
Yeah, that is strange.
Yeah, I'd never let them stay in one of those buildings.
Same with my tailor. Anyway.
Yeah.
You tailor?
They're always measuring inseams and stuff.
Oh yeah,
it's an old joke.
The whole sleep thing, though, whenever anybody talks about it and they think, well, I've had an abduction, I was asleep. I'm always thinking, were you dreaming? How do you know you were asleep? I've had great, not great, quite terrifying, but at the end of the day, I was asleep. I've even done it where, to the point where I think I've been on the ceiling, but I've not seen my own body. I've never turned around and seen myself ever.
I have.
That's just weird.
But Rich was knelt down naked in front of a mirror.
I think you may have told me this, but I'll definitely hear that again.
Are my pictures showing up on Google?
Which pictures? Naked ones?
The naked one in front of the mirror. That's a brand new one. Well,
I subscribe to the OnlyFans.
That's good.
Goof only.
I knew you were cool.
Goof only fans.
You know what? I that's not true. When I was floating up towards the ceiling, when I think I had a near-death experience and died in my sleep, I turned around and I was going to heaven. I mean, apparently, I put my hands up to stop myself going into the ceiling, and it went through, and it was all foggy and everything. I couldn't see the tips of my fingers. But I turned around, and I saw my wife at the time and the dog, but I didn't see me. Yeah, it was kind of weird. And I said, why don't I love them? I'm supposed to love these things. I called them things, and I said, why don't I love them? It was weird.
Maybe you were going to die.
I think I did. I think I had a heart attack.
Some people say when you die, you kind of look back at your family and realize that you don't. It's not that you don't love them or anything like that, but you don't need that. You realize that is just something that you've been you become to of a realization to what you've been doing here.
You let
on
go
Earth.
of the ego. You let go of the ego.
You let go of everything.
Yeah. No, but that we've sort of bastardized. I think what ego is haven't we? We've put ego as in like it's a sense of self, but we look at it as like if you've got a big ego now, you're just like overconfident or something like that. Whereas the letting go of the ego is a complete letting go of everything that makes you physical.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
and those are things that tie us to our like physical realm, and that, like I said, the again, I'm not fucking going into it. I've told the story too many times, but when I had that fucking crazy trip, I felt like I was just a consciousness. I was just a thought in a huge space. I can only imagine what people that do it more often and get more used to it can garner from it. But yeah, that's when I suddenly realized what people meant by letting go of the ego, because I just thought the idea of it was essentially letting go of any like self-confidence and realizing there was something bigger than you. But letting go of the ego is just letting go of everything that keeps you as a physical being, I think.
That's probably why we don't get whatever disclosure is, and I don't mean an alien disclosure, but whatever it is, because it may be something a lot more, and maybe these people that control it, they can't let go of that ego. They control it.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's why there's two things that I think we can definitely put down to the elites, for want of better words, is they want control. That feels like it was a bad sound effect for the moment. They want control.
I'm so sorry.
It's good. I'm happy it happened. They want control over people.
I need to watch that back.
And they don't want to die. I was trying to be fucking.
I don't want to laugh at people not wanting to die.
I was trying to bring it to like a place where we could discuss like death, life, the reason we hold on to it, the reason we can't let go of it. And Rich fucked it for me.
Yeah, no, but I think you've hit the nail on the head, mate, there. Because I think people don't actually realise, but it has more to do.
He just appeared in a cloud of smoke again. That was fucking great.
That's how I start my shows now.
Oh, I love it. It's like a fucking practical effect wipe. I like it.
But Mr. Kegler with the $20 super chat. Same families have run the world banking systems for at least the last 200 to 400 years. Records are sketchy going back any further. We are in the experiment. We are not running the experiment. Have a beer on me, mate.
I appreciate that, and I would love to speak about those people, but unfortunately, if we speak about those people on YouTube or any platform for that matter, you get
fucked.
You get absolutely buggered.
What,
Rich,
the Illuminati?
The actual people. If you speak, you name the names of the big companies.
Yeah,
you get royally destroyed. So, but yeah, Brian, I'm right there with you, my friend.
Whack sock.
Yeah, the channel, it won't be a community guideline strike. It'll be Alien Addicts, his channel's just gone.
Oh.
Alien Addicts gone.
That would suck.
And his house, he got hit by an asteroid.
Oh. Yeah.
And then you'd be a new...
Cheers, Brian.
you'd be a new conspiracy there, because I'd start the conspiracy saying, no, like Ollie's house was the most CCTV'd house in the whole of Great Britain. Like, then I'd put out like another thing that half looked like something hitting your house, but we should have better footage of it.
To quickly touch on that without saying anything, I asked Modern Militia, which if anybody doesn't know who they are, go look them up on TikTok, and you can find them on. It's on Rumble and.
Modern Militia's on everything. You can find them on. Apple
Is he still on?
Podcasts.
Is he still on YouTube? Take it down.
I don't think he posts a lot to YouTube. I was wanting to post that interview with.
And you've interviewed Modern Militia as well, Lee. Yeah, but I asked him if he would be speaking about those companies, and he said, "Fuck no."
Yeah,
because he said he'll be taken down off everything.
But the crazy thing is, like, sometimes I wonder whether we're just getting paranoid about it, because the documentary's still there. Monopoly is still on YouTube. I was amazed that it's still there. Have you seen that, Rich? Monopoly. You should watch that.
Monopoly. I haven't even heard of it.
It's a documentary that talks about the global banking system. It's only an hour long.
Oh, where's it on?
It's on YouTube still.
Okay.
Send him the link privately. Don't put it into the chat, because that may do something.
Well, I mean, you're only sharing a YouTube video, though, aren't you?
Well, you are, but I don't know how YouTube reads me. You know. I don't know how.
I get you, chicken. I understand.
Mum and Dad are scary people. Well, I mean, I've got a lot of love for them, but at the same time, you know, sometimes they beat me.
Oh.
Or they threaten to beat.
Oh, okay, that's different.
You know.
You see, you can't get Facebook in Russia anymore.
There's a lot of things pulling out of Russia.
Yeah,
I saw on.
Apparently, they want a full monopoly on misinformation.
Yeah, I mean, that as well. I'd like to be careful on now as well.
Good. Surely that's fine.
Yeah, it's the thing is, though, with all of this, so many people, and rightly so, will have so many different opinions. But I get every side of it, and I sympathize with any war that's going on. You know, for both the people. You know, the people that don't want to be involved in it, the people that are involved in it, and I think it's terrible. But I do think information needs to be free and it needs to be out there. But on this platform, I just don't think it's a platform that you can really speak freely about anything. Otherwise, you lose what you've been doing for
that's
6-7 years now over just one show.
And
speaking your mind.
I absolutely agree with you.
Look at you, Lee, with your community guideline strike.
Yeah, but I absolutely agree with you, and I absolutely agree with you being safe. But this is why we'll never need authoritarian law like measures put in, because we are so quick to self-censor ourselves. We don't need thrown in the gulags. We just need to lose what we've built.
Yeah, but you think all that sort of stuff censored, and a lot of people when they look at maybe a UFO channel or an alien channel and they see words like disclosure and this, that, and the other, you think that sort of if this that we're talking about right now is real, and it's definitely a thing, and it's not just something just to put it in a different direction for the past how many years, Rich? Now
70 something.
Okay, for the past 70 odd years, is if this has not just been something just to put us down stupid rabbit holes that make no sense, so we waste our time, and it actually is something so important. This is censored completely. But we talk about it, but maybe do we actually know? I don't think none of us know what we're talking about when it comes to this subject. Because when it comes to real world events,
well, this is the thing.
Sometimes you can't speak your mind.
No, I'd like that's what I said. That's why you never need authoritarian actions for things like this, because we're so woven into the technocracy that's already around us that we need it. You know, it's especially if you want to make content, you need to be on social media platforms. You need to be on like one of the big platforms. If you if you do video, you have to be on YouTube. Really, if you do podcasts, then you have to be on the big social media platforms, because otherwise all you're doing is you're making a podcast and you're fucking throwing a message in a bottle out there, hoping somebody happens to search the keywords you've put in. There's no until something happens, and I do think there'll be a tipping point with technology where there's too many people thrown off Twitter, for instance, so people go somewhere else, and a new platform will come out of the ashes of it all. I think it'll have to be like Odyssey. I think Odyssey has the best chance of tackling YouTube for two reasons. I think the user interface is a lot better. I think it looks and feels quite nice, which is always quite important. It feels a bit like old YouTube. And the most important thing is it's on blockchain technology. So if you post something up there, you best be happy with posting it there, because it's not fucking going anywhere.
Yeah,
I think that's what will have to happen with all alternate platforms. In the same way with maybe there'll be a social media platform which is like running a blockchain type thing. So if you tweet, that tweet is a permanent fixture in time and space. It's not going anywhere.
Do you think, though, with that, there should be certain things that are taken down?
Yes.
Where do you draw the line?
It can.
You know?
It can. There is moderation, and on Odyssey, there's stuff like illicit stuff will be pulled. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, once that's approved and it's on the service, it's there.
Right.
Yeah.
And nothing that happens
down
the line in time.
Yeah.
Could ever get rid of that.
I don't believe you can take it down, and I don't believe Odyssey can take it down.
The government can, or the people behind the government.
Oh well, they can take the whole platform down.
They can take the internet down if they wanted to.
I think that'll happen.
You do? Do you think it's going to happen this year? Because a few people have said
I think at some point we will lose communications with each other.
Do you think when that happens, everything will this whole, people talk about the great resetting.
The great wet. Yeah, I do.
What? So you think when that happens?
I am 100% on board with the
with it being reset,
with the circular money room people having a plan installed, which kicked off 2 years ago, and what's going on right now is all part of the plan. It's all there. It's all the plan's there. You have to, if you're going to wet something, yeah, if you're going to have a great wet, then you have to destroy everything to
so there was no point in Rich making that backup channel.
Absolutely not. You have to do it. If you're gonna I think build back better is still cool. That's their words. If you're gonna build back better, then you have to destroy first.
Let's think about that for a minute. What would happen if we, say everything gets wiped, a lot, everything gone. You've got no media whatsoever, nothing.
I think it's already happened.
You've got nothing.
Yeah,
it's
no,
all
I think
gone.
I think it already happened. And if I'm going to get out there and I'm still,
how quickly would it get up, and how would you find it?
It would be gone. in the same way as I think I've been looking at this whole thing of like Tartaria and Khazaria, and the idea that we've been more advanced at a certain point, and then there was some sort of cataclysm, like with the mud flood stories. Some of the pictures, like mud flood pictures, are fucking insane. Where you see pictures of old buildings that have 2 or 3 floors, operational floors with entrances underneath them. And at some point, something's happened that's covered those buildings up. And all we've done is repurpose those buildings, but we've made the top floor, sorry, the 3rd floor, the beginning of the building. This has happened before. We've had resets before. I believe the last one was during the Second World War, that close in time, and we've lost history. We've lost things.
Yeah, we destroy things that we don't agree with as well.
But I think we've lost where we are. We've lost where we've come from.
That's such one, but that's on a global scale.
On a global scale, like a global civilization that was technologically advanced, and when we get things like we see things of the pyramids and stuff, which would have been even like a reset, even further.
I'm glad you're bringing it back on track.
Yeah.
Bring the pyramids in. That's it. We can go back to aliens.
No, but even when you look at the Tesla technology and you look like ancient alien stuff, I think this stuff is all there. Fucking, Jesus Christ, I don't know what somebody's saying in the comments there, but the mods are going crazy. It's fucking the great wet is going on in the comments section. I think it feels like Canada over there at the minute.
John Lee's disclosure in whatever form would be a game changer. Once the doors open, it can't be closed. Are we really ready? That's a great title for a video. It's a long one, but it's a good title for a video. Would we be ready for disclosure?
No.
Would we, the average Joe that never ever looked into aliens or just laughed in your face when you mention them, be ready for a disclosure?
No. How?
What?
You know what disclosure is, right? Full disclosure. I'm not just talking about technology. I'm talking about aliens.
I don't know what it is because I don't know what it is.
Full disclosure, and what everybody thinks full disclosure would be, is letting everybody know that aliens are here and their technology is real. And here's the technology, here's the alien. That's full disclosure. And we don't have either.
But it could be a disclosure in a different way.
No.
Because who's to say it is aliens? Who'd say it's ever been aliens?
Like I said, that's what we think disclosure is. Aliens are here. We've made contact with another civilization or another intelligent species that's self-aware that may be sharing our planet. Who knows? And the technology that comes with it. Now, if there's no aliens and we get the technology, where did we get it from? Did we create this technology? Then it's not disclosure. When we're talking about alien disclosure, we're talking about aliens and technology, where they came from, what they're doing here, how long they've been here. All that is disclosure.
What you
Am I wrong? Demons? I don't know if it's demons.
I
think
you're not
Rich
wrong. You don't know.
No.
Not right.
I know. I don't know. Nobody knows.
All disclosure would be is the truth, isn't it? Disclosure will be the truth. But Rich is right in what he's saying. What? Exactly. But Rich is right in what he's saying because we have tied disclosure to aliens.
Yeah. That's what we think it is. That's what. When we want disclosure, we want aliens and the technology.
Yeah. Disclosure, if what Rich was saying right before about the Tic Tac being US there, disclosure could have been when they unveiled the stealth bomber. You know, when they mothballed
It could have been.
the stealth bomber. Yeah, mothballed the stealth bomber because they weren't using it anymore. That's a form of disclosure. You know, people had seen that flying around, thinking it was something out of this world, and it wasn't. It was a military aircraft. So that was disclosure in a way.
Yeah, that's an example. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's military disclosure.
Yeah. But that's if you're right about the Tic Tac, that's what we'd get. That would be disclosure.
And if you're going by the actual meaning of the word disclosure, that's disclosure. But in this field, we're talking about aliens and their technology and their existence and where they came from. Full disclosure is knowing everything our government knows.
It's, to coin the old phrase, it's a UFO on the White House lawn.
Yeah. And we still wouldn't believe it.
No, not now. We can't believe anything now.
Nope.
I still wonder if like some of the technology that's been put out, you know, in like augmented reality and stuff and filters that we get on our phones and things, whether that was just put out there to make the water muddy so we can't believe anything anymore.
Because I know you, Lee, and I speak to you quite often. I hope you don't mind me saying this, but I would definitely put you and me and Rich a bit as well in the room of the demon.
Yeah, I think
when it comes to this subject, you more than me, then me.
What do you mean by that?
I mean that this could quite possibly be what people have been speaking about
for years. I think maybe the word demon muddies it.
Yeah,
we've in folklore mythology we have had a other entity. You know, whether it's things that reside in like hell or it's these things like we've had folk stories of like fairies that can pull back the veil and arrive. Yeah, like you and your cloud of smoke.
That was my jazz hands.
I think the thing is was to say demon is it just my thing is that they do not wish us any good. They are a malevolent thing. And I think that's the reason it's easier to go to demon is that they probably don't exist on the same level of like plane of existence we live on. Otherwise, I think if they were, there would be more evidence for them. We would have just in general more evidence than blurry photographs. And they can't want. I don't think anything that keeps itself secret can be trusted.
No, definitely not.
I don't think so. I think that's no. I want my government to keep things secret. You don't want to know everything they're doing, right?
No, not the government. But I mean, if there is no reason for aliens, when you see the situation the planet's in already. There's no reason for them to. They can't think, fucking hell.
They can come to the rescue.
Yeah, there's look how well this is working. We can't get involved. It might fall apart.
I don't see that at all.
Well, I've got another theory that I'd be quite interested in, to see what Rich just thinks. Is maybe this is all. We're getting ready for the big Bluebeam, which we've talked about before. UFOs have a history of disarming nuclear sites.
Shit.
Yeah. So
says them, but I've never seen evidence of it.
No, but it says the stories. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we have been trained to believe that they have interfered with our weaponry in the past.
Yeah, turning on and off the launch. Yeah.
So if you were going to pull a Project Bluebeam, what better time to do it than nuclear apocalypse?
For sure.
Yeah, So if, let's say, situations right now spiral into the beginning of a nuclear war, and you could blue beam the shit out of it to stop it, that starts a new world religion, and it's time to build back better.
And Lee's had some bacon on that. But
What's the fucking bacon about?
Lee is the baconator.
He loves bacon.
Yeah, he's the baconator. He makes bacon for a living.
And that actually, $1.99 could probably buy a pack of bacon. So I appreciate that.
It could buy 6 ounces of it.
I'd go with Lee Guy there, because if disclosure happens, it is by accident.
Yes.
And that's why I have a son.
Oh, that was by accident.
Do you think your boy will see, disclosure?
Right now,
or a Bluebeam?
Right now, I'm just hoping we all see fucking 2025. To be honest,
I just want to see 2020
again.
I think again.
That was really funny. That Rich.
Now you
sorry.
got it.
I was stupid there. Yeah, that was really good.
It was a smart joke.
No, I was as well. I was stupid, but most of the time I'm stupid.
I'll text you, Ducky.
You guys are so adorable.
So Rich.
Me?
Yeah, so I've got to ask you this because I noticed your show tonight is going to be Ancient Aliens. What are you looking for?
I'm just looking. I thought I saw something on me. The butt plug?
The pirate hat.
Oh, right, the pirate hat.
It's disgusting, isn't it? It's hideous. Look at it.
It looks like a butt plug.
It's absolutely... That's a child's toy.
That's the top of the hat.
No wonder he's took his hat off and chucked it.
Ancient Aliens puts out these 1-minute shorts, and the last couple I've seen were CGI. And they're promoting CGI. It's like unbelievable. So I want to talk about how
they haven't used the TR-3B, have they, on the ship?
They have used that.
Or Ancient Aliens or History Channel. No, History Channel did.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That's Ancient Aliens.
But I'm also talking about other stuff that they're deeming real, like an ice circle. You know, like in Antarctica, people think that little circle's a disc-shaped UFO. Yeah. It's just water, frozen water.
Of course, fucking History Channel. That is Ancient Aliens, isn't it?
Yeah.
You bastard.
They are dirty now. They are so dirty. And I was told they were going to be dirty. And they were dirty. Dirty bastards. Dirty Dolan. I'm sorry, I just got a little crazy for a second.
Oh, fucking hell.
Wow. Bing.
Thank you.
Anyway, given the fact that people listen to this show in an audio form on my podcast, good fucking luck with that one.
Yeah, really.
I just can't believe people watch this show. It's insane.
It's just me. It was the spider bite.
Yeah, they come for you. Thanks, Rich.
They come for me? I come for them.
No, I said I can't believe people watch this show, and you went, "It's just me."
Yeah, I want.
No, not just me. It's. I'm crazy. I'm the crazy one.
I want them to come for me, but I want them to look me in the eyes while they're doing
You're
it.
the calm, crazy one. What would Ali be?
Well,
the Brit?
I've been called
awfully lucky to have us, Rich. That's what he'd be. Awfully lucky to have us.
They've been nothing. They'd just be me going, hi guys. I've got a beer here. I'm going to talk about some aliens.
Hi. Hey, I wanted to ask you, alien addict. So how you dealing, man? How's your health? You had the heart thing, the mitochondria, whatever that thing was, mitochondria.
You did better than Shane
that's
Warne.
And then you had COVID before that. You've just been on a bad year so far, man.
But it's a good year now. I feel,
spring's on the way.
Spiffing.
I was worried about you.
Yeah, you look much healthier.
Still pale. I know.
Very pale.
I'm always going to be pale, Rich.
Not that pale though. You look like you just.
No, I get pale every year.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, the more I do YouTube, the more I get paler.
More pale.
Yeah, because I'm just planning like through the day the structure of the show, writing notes down, getting my plan together for the show. Can't see my wife and kids. Can't go out in the sunlight. That's what happens.
We are looking very British to
Rich's golden
sun-kissed.
Hey, I was at the beach for 2 days this week, and I'm going tomorrow.
All he wanted to. That's where that was aimed. He wants people to comment on his beautiful tan.
No.
That's why he did that, Lee.
I think
and you gave that to him. Look at him.
He's happy, isn't he?
His face.
Look away.
I've just realised that the way I've got
Thank
my
you,
fucking
Bob.
green
Thanks,
screen,
Bob Job.
You can see
Bob
on
Job.
Real World Table. I'm usually better than that.
Fun fact, guys.
That used to be Alfie Joe Bob.
Yes, it did. Have you not noticed that Bob Job changes his YouTube channel name every week?
I did not notice that.
No, I didn't.
I know that. I'm just going to call him Skinny Bob. I'm just going to call him Bob. No, I'm going to call him My Bob from now on, because Bob has always been on this channel, and I always recognise it's the same Bob, but he always changes his name.
Maybe it's not. Maybe there's loads of them. Maybe it's a cult.
Well, all right. Well, all the Bobs super chat me, so maybe there could be more Bobs.
Look at how white you guys are compared to me. Holy shit, you really are white.
I will not have this fucking racial stigma thrown at me.
Right.
I don't come here to be racial abused for my whiteness.
How about that? Oh, actually, no. I'll tell you what we'll do, because we are coming to the end of the show anyway. I'm going to show you how good my lights are.
It feels like it's tailed off since I started talking about things that might get your channel shut down. I'm terribly sorry about that.
No, the numbers actually went up, mate.
Oh.
It's just after the show.
That's because I was speaking the fucking truth.
Wait, what's Rich doing? Why is there? Imagine. I feel much better.
Put the mask back on, please, Rich.
Oh my God, is that what I think it is? I recommended you did that years ago, Rich.
It's Wayne, baby.
No, it's not. It's Jaime, is it not?
Huh?
Is it Jaime?
Oswaldo?
No, this is Wayne. This is my Wayne mask for Anjali.
You look like you know now in Marvel films, because who's the man that made the Marvel characters? What's his name? Lee.
No, Rich, put the glasses back on. You look like you need them.
Yeah.
Who
is your man? Chat, tell me. That made the Marvel superheroes. Something Lee.
Oh, I know you mean.
Stan Lee. Thank you, chat.
Who?
Stan Lee.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, you look like Stan Lee, but you look like they do it now because they have to CGI him in because he's dead and they won't let him die.
I've got a new character coming out.
They are gonna fucking
called Jism Man.
Oh, they're gonna ride that motherfucker dry.
Jism Man can stick the building. He'll stick. He's crazy. He can pole vault anytime.
Yeah, the problem with Jism Man is
he's
that
got 3 legs.
He can only solve one thing at a time because he comes in and then he needs a little rest after again before he does it again.
Yeah, that's right. He swings his hips like this. He goes, woo! Blocking bullets. All right, this is getting hot.
This is not the only one.
Rich, no. I want to see it inside out.
Wait, what?
Rich, what did you do with Stan? Oh,
hold on. I can't hear you.
Have you actually broke your headphone?
What?
Put it on inside out.
I don't know if I can.
No, I know he's breaking.
No. Oh yeah, I can.
Oh yeah, you can. Here we go. This is a first. You know, you saw this first Alien Addict. This is going to be used again.
It's inside out.
Yeah.
But how am I supposed to do that? That's
Just put your head in it. Oh,
How does it look?
it's like, do you know?
Hello?
There's the documentary about when they first created the Michael Myers mask.
How's that?
It's just like it. It's something new, completely new.
Everything's in reverse.
It's hideous.
I can't.
I think an eyebrow or mustaches.
I got curly hairs in my mouth now.
I think Lee's gone for a wee.
All the hair that was on that head is all over me.
She said. There we go.
Sweating like a pig.
There we go.
What?
I wanted to show you them
I
before we got.
forgot my hat.
This is it. I think I don't know if I showed them live on the show, but I actually did invest in lights.
Oh, we're still live. Sorry.
Are we live?
We are still live.
All right.
Just,
No, cool.
You're just about to let rip.
No, yeah, I was just gonna be dead like anti-Semitic and stuff. I'll keep it in.
Oh wow, what a difference over there! Look how white you are.
It's like the do you
That's
remember the end of Sunshine?
No, never heard it.
Oh, it's good film, Sunshine. You like that.
Wait, are you talking about the Eternal Sunshine of the
No. That's another good film. No, there's a film called Sunshine, a sci-fi film.
Oh,
yeah.
Go on then, Rich. Before we go, your show's about to go live in the next, is it hour?
2 hours. You're right. I need to get going. Yeah, it's on GUFON Lives, and I may have a huge announcement for everybody. Tomorrow, tonight will be, what are we doing here? We're going to talk about the ancient aliens, and I also wanted to rip on Dolan a little bit because I'm just bored. And we'll talk about a bunch of different things. It's all set up, ready to go. Don't worry about that. And Saturday, tomorrow, at 4 p.m. Eastern, Saturday in the UK, we have a guest.
Yep.
The Hidden Underbelly 2.0 is coming on.
Oh, really? And you had him on once before?
Yeah, I had him on about 6 weeks ago. So
Yeah,
we're going to try to make it a regular thing, So he's going to talk.
I like him.
He's a good guy. He's one of the good ones.
He's usually in the chat as well.
Yeah.
On here.
Yeah, he's been real busy, though. So now he's got time. He's going to come on and, he's going to give the goods tomorrow. It's going to be some stuff to talk about.
I've just dropped the link for your show
thanks,
tonight
mate.
In the chat. So everybody in the chat, go click on that. Go subscribe. Hit the bell. Rich is going to be live in 2 hours.
2 hours.
Follow through.
I'm going to go tan. No,
I knew you'd been fake tanning.
TLG, Tan Laundry Gym. Remember that?
Hi. Coral just gave us the most backhanded compliment I've ever heard. Is thank you so much, Ollie, Lee, and Rich. You three together can be hilarious.
In other words, we're not when we're alone. Thank you. Okay. Oh, Ian says I need to take the mask off. I'm leaving this on.
Where is it? I can't find him. I wish you could bring comments up on the screen, Rich, Lee. Lee,
I may
Rich.
take calls too later. That's right.
Oh, there we go. There we go. And she's my angel because she's an amazing mod and a good spot of the channel.
She's my angel. Just remember.
I stole your angel.
Stole it. I let you.
Well, okay.
What is that?
I
That's all I want to say about that.
You should have left it at that and then never come back.
Yeah,
that was good.
All right, I'll see you guys. Have a great night.
Good night. God bless, folks. Mind the bugs don't bite. I'm Alien Addict. Like, share, subscribe. I was going to say go check Rich out, but he's just buggered off. Mm-hmm. Go check Lee out here. All his content is below.
Yeah.
And his
Make sure you
latest
check my
interview.
last podcast out. If you check the last This Is Cheaper Than Therapy out, I interviewed Billy Ray Valentine from The Infinite Fringe. I'm convinced some of you will listen to The Infinite Fringe, and it's one of my favorite podcasts I've ever done, if not my favorite podcast.
I loved it.
We talked about some good stuff. We talked about what it was like living in New York for the past 2 years over the event. We talked about what the alternate media means, what we should be doing. You know, it was a good time. I really enjoyed it.
It was a fantastic show. And do you know what? This Is Cheaper Than Therapy is my favorite. I like the must-sees, but you can tell there's a different show there.
Well, I actually think Must See Audio as a podcast, I think, is dead. I now look at whatever I do as to be there, especially the interview stuff will be This Is Cheaper Than Therapy, and then obviously I put your shows out as audio podcasts. But the Must See Audio, as far as I look at it now, is a platform. So that might have more stuff on it in the future, but I look at Must See Audio as like a platform to put stuff on. And yeah, my podcast is This Is Cheaper Than Therapy on Must See Audio.
Go check it out, people. Go give it some love, because Lee puts a lot of work into Alien Addict, and he does share my stuff out on pretty much all platforms that he has. So I love you for that, my brother. And Dorothy Hawkins with the super sticker right there as we're coming to the end of the show. Thank you, Dorothy Hawkins, with the one up. I believe that's either a hippo or a dragon with testicles on its head, but it's pretty cool. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And we always appreciate you, Dorothy. And we appreciate everybody who's been in the chat tonight, everybody who's put the thumbs up, everybody who's just sharing the show out, everybody's been respectful in the comments. Guys, always be respectful to one another in the comments. I know we all disagree on stuff, but just, try not to argue too much. It's
set each other on fire. I want to see us kill each other.
There you go. That's going to destroy me, Lee. Thanks so much for that. I've not ended the show yet. When he means destroy, he means, maybe...
only to build back better. So you destroy them so they can build themselves back better.
He means destroy the attitude. That's what you mean, isn't it?
Destroy the attitude. Bring in the love. That's what I mean.
Passion.
Yeah.
And the charisma.
Yeah.
That smolders from my nipples. Good night. God bless, people. Mind the bugs, don't bite. I do have a Patreon page. If you want to support the channel out a little bit more, go check it out. It's I'm going to say it's free, but it's not free. But go check it out. And if you want to buy yourself some merch, check out the links below. I can't be bothered to show you my t-shirts anymore, so just trust me, they fit well. Good night. God bless. Mind the bugs, don't bite. Bye-bye. I'm not saying that again.
Bye.
Bye-bye.